Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Abel Sanchez says Canelo Alvarez was cheating Antonio Margarito style. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, Abel Sanchez, he loves that action, loves those interviews. He did an interview and he talked about Canelo cheating in the first fight. He says that Canelo, when he was in the dressing room, and he's already went over this, but it came up again. Obviously, his fighter just fought against Vanes Matarosen, a guy from the 154-pound division, moving up, coming off a 2-year layoff and a loss, right? And he goes into more detail talking about how Canelo, the technique that his camp was using was illegal, right? He says the way they're wrapping his hands was to give like a harder impact. Abel says this is completely illegal in my part of the world, except in Vegas. They're rewriting their rules to allow that only in Nevada. Now they're specifying that it is legal. It's not what we in the business see as fair play. Building a cast to what they did is in order to get away from putting the tape on the hand. They put a wrap and tape. What do they do when you get a cast? They put layers and layers and layers. You could call the California Commission and then they'll tell you that this is completely illegal. They're against their rules. All you're doing is making your hand more like a weapon, says Abel Sanchez. If Canelo says he wants to knock him out, he has to stand in there to knock him out. You can't throw something in desperation to knock somebody out, which is false. You actually can. You're going to have to knock somebody out by standing there and wanting to knock them out. That's not true. I've seen people get knockouts on the back foot. I've seen people get knocked down and stuff with jabs. Look at Juan Manuel Marquez. He was in a position of desperation because Pacquiao was coming on strong, and boom, he knocked out Pacquiao in the 6th round of their 4th fight. But my thoughts real quick. Abel Sanchez is saying all of this in hindsight, but why even sentence your fighter to that type of, why subject him to that? If you know Canelo, like, see, this is what I don't understand about Team Golovkin. One, why do you want to rematch Canelo? You know what I'm saying? If he's a known cheater, both from drugs, they've been on ESPN saying they think he's a drug cheat with the whole clenbuterol mess, and now they're saying he's a hand wrap cheat. So why even fight him? Fight Charlo. Fight Derevyanchenko. Fight Billy Joe Saunders. Fight Daniel Jacobs in a rematch. None of these guys have those types of black clouds over them. So to me, that sounds ridiculous that you're going to constantly chastise a person as a cheater. Okay, fine. You think he's cheating, then don't fight him. You know what I mean? Don't collect that payday. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy. It's like you want to criticize Canelo for this, that, and the third, and everything he's done wrong, and everything about him spells dirty, and then don't fight him. Don't collect that paycheck if you're doing it from an ethics, code of ethics and morality point of view. I get it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to fight someone that's not on an even playing field either. Okay, cool. So don't fight him in September. That's the biggest issue with me. You know what I mean? If you're going to constantly criticize and condemn a man and talk about all the various ways he's cheating, then don't fight him. Floyd Mayweather, the whole reason he introduced the Manny Pacquiao drug test, back in the day when these first negotiations, he says, because I want to be on an even playing field. So if he had proof that Pacquiao was actually not on an even playing field, then he wouldn't fight him. That's why he wanted to introduce the Olympic-style blood and urine drug testing. So if you have this much evidence, forensic files evidence on Canelo that he's cheating, not only with clenbuterol, you know what I mean, and tainted meat and stuff, but now you're also saying he's using some kind of Antonio Margarito style wraps. You know what I mean? He's rapping over and over to create not necessarily a Paris of plaster, but he compared it to a cast. He says they rewrap it and they wrap it and layer it up and layer. And he says now they're changing the rules in Nevada to cater to Canelo. So if you have to go through all of that, why not fight Charlo? Nobody, to my knowledge, has complained about Charlo's hand wraps and says that Charlo is not wrapping his hands properly, or his Ronnie Shields or whatever is layering it up, or whatever the complaint is, whatever your gripe is. Same thing with Billy Joe Saunders, Derevyanchenko, Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, right? Daniel Jacobs. Andre Rozier's not doing this. You've already fought him. So it just, none of this, to me, I think Team Triple G, they need to get on the same page and maybe get a PR person involved. And I understand how, you know what I mean, people asking you questions, you want to be free, but none of this stuff is making sense. Like I said, if you really think a guy's cheating, I wouldn't want to fight him. That, you know what I mean, this is the difference between life and death. Why would you subject your fighter, Golovkin, to it, and you think Canelo and his team are cheating in a multitude of ways? Makes no sense. Why are you still chasing that payday? Why not move on from Canelo? You know what I mean? Especially, so to me, it doesn't sound like what code do you live by? You're gonna allow your fighter, like brother Nassim Richardson, he felt Margarito was cheating with Shane Mosley, but they prevented it. You know what I mean? Even look at Floyd Mayweather versus Marcos Maidana. Maidana wasn't allowed to wear his first or second choice of gloves because Floyd Mayweather believed that the gloves had been tampered with. He tried on the first pair with the Argentina flag colors, right? And he was like, oh, these gloves ain't got no padding. Oh, hell no, he ain't wearing those. And he was the A side, so he was like, nah, he can't wear those. And then they try to get some Everlast MXs, you know what I mean? And they're like, Floyd's like, nah, I don't trust none of that. So he paid him not step aside money, but he paid him money to use the gloves of his choice in the first fight or whatever. You know what I mean? So for me, that seems almost a bit negligent. If you know for a fact Canelo's cheating and he's like trying to gain some kind of unfair advantage with the layering of the wraps, and it's that instrumental into the performance, you know what I mean, to the point where it's going to give him that type of advantage, but then you still allow Golovkin, who doesn't really have a crazy defense, you still allow him to go in there with Canelo? I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Why put your fighter is your pupil? And I know a lot of fighters who the trainer, they say like, this is my son, or I treat my fighter like a son. So why would you want to see your son or daughter, if it's a female fighter, go in there with somebody who you know to be cheating? Just doesn't really make sense. I mean, I understand money talks, and that's life-changing money and career high paydays for Golovkin, but none of that matters if you're a vegetable, you know what I mean, or something worse happens to you. So I want to just say that I think Triple G's team, stop pursuing Canelo then. If you don't feel he's playing, and I'm good with that. I'm perfectly fine. If you know him to be cheating and you have this inside intel, what you've seen with your own two eyes, and you're like, okay, we're fighting Charlo, you know what I mean, it's not worth it. Canelo, they got too many tricks up their sleeve and they're doing stuff the wrong way, illegal, then cool, don't fight him. I'm good with that. Like, because I respect these fighters' health. Health comes first, remember when Floyd said that too? Everybody got all mad. Oh, he's a pussy. There are some people even saying, even if Pacquiao's on something, Floyd should fight him. You know what I mean? Remember that health comes first? Now you have Golovkin's trainer, Abel Sanchez, who's saying that he knows for a fact, and he witnessed with his own two eyes, that Canelo's team was illegally wrapping Canelo's hands, yet he subjected his fighter Golovkin to that first fight, and now is trying to give him a second fight. Doesn't make too much sense to me. So either they're trying to put extra dirt on Canelo's name, or, you know what I mean, jar up some controversy, or you do think he's cheating, but you don't care. You're about that bag. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. That's my whole point. Either you want to condemn a cheater and do what's right and make an example. Make an example by starving Canelo out. You know what I mean? Don't fight him. Don't give him the opportunity to collect belts off of you when he's not doing it the fair way, if that's what you truly believe. You know what I mean? But it seems to me that they want to pick and throw stones at Canelo, but they still want to fight him. They still want that payday. And then all the while they're saying guys like Billy Joe Saunders absolutely don't want to fight him, and they will price themselves out, speculating And then Frank Warren just rebutted it, did a video about it, and Billy Joe Saunders said he still wants to fight on Twitter. These are verified accounts, people. Go check those videos. Let me know what you guys think of Golovkin's trainer, again, calling Canelo a cheater with the hand wraps. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.